Good evening, I'm Nashika and this is chale.news. Tonight, 49 million Ghanaian cedis allegedly moved out of a state agency into a ghost company, and the court just heard how it was done. Accra is flooding and the government has admitted exactly why, and a boy from Ashaiman who sold sachet water is headed to Harvard. Stay with me. We've been watching the Bureau of National Communications trial, and today's testimony was damning. An EOCO investigator told the Accra High Court that 3 cheques totaling 49.1 million Ghanaian cedis were moved from the BNC into a private company co-owned by former Director General Kwabena Aduboahene and his wife. Finance officials at the BNC say they had never even heard of this company. The investigator testified it was named deliberately to mimic official BNC accounts, a disguise. No conviction yet, but chale, this one is not subtle. Full breakdown on chale.news. Kaineshi, Agbogbloshi, Medina, underwater, again. And this time, the government has essentially explained why. The local government minister has admitted that Zoomlion's drain dredging contract was cancelled without any replacement arrangement in place. The rains are not waiting for anyone. This is what policy gaps look like in real time. On the money side, Ghana is spending $92 million every single month on electricity subsidies, on top of what we already pay in tariffs. That's what the PURC executive secretary revealed today. Manufacturers say power already accounts for 30% of their production costs, and they're pushing back hard against new tariff hikes. $92 million a month. Let that sink in. Public sector workers hoping for better pay this year. Vice President Jane Nana Opoku Agyapong says 2026 is not the year for major salary renegotiations. Workers can expect only targeted and modest improvements in selected areas, while the government overhauls its remuneration framework. No timeline given for those reforms. No response yet from GNAT or NAGRAT. Kennedy Agyapong is threatening to release documents showing NPP members sold Agenda 111 hospital contracts to themselves and pocketed kickbacks, after those same MPs visited the stalled Afari Military Hospital to criticize the NDC. The sharper question, as one commentator put it, why does Ghana need Agyapong's anger to trigger accountability instead of its own institutions? Interior Minister Muntaka wants drug tests to be mandatory before anyone, public or private sector, gets hired. He floated the idea in Parliament yesterday via executive order. No cost framework, no legal basis for compelling private employers, no timeline. Bold proposal. Lots of questions. Accusing someone of witchcraft could soon be a criminal offense in Ghana. The local government minister confirmed in Parliament today that the government is formally reviewing the anti-witchcraft bill sponsored by Medina MP Francis Xavier Sosu. No passage timeline set, but it's moving. Better news from the industrial front. Ghana's GIADEC has signed a €300 million deal with Italian firm Danieli to build an aluminium foil rolling plant right here in Tema, up to 45,000 tons a year for pharmaceutical, packaging, and food markets globally. There's also a skills and technology transfer center in the mix, one of the biggest industrial investment announcements this year. An independent firm IC Insights says Ghana's economy is actually growing at 6.4% in 2026, well above the government's own 4.8% target. Consumer spending, ICT, and trade are driving it. They expect a revision at July's mid-year budget. The economy outperforming the government's forecast is not a bad problem to have. A 9-year-old boy named Obeng Boateng Jr. left home in Humjibre and didn't come back. His body was found in an abandoned Galamsey pit, waterlogged, unsealed, left right next to a community. This keeps happening. These pits are death traps, and nobody is being held accountable for leaving them open. 27 mothers have died in the Upper East region in just 6 months. Eclampsia, postpartum hemorrhage. Health officials say most of these deaths were preventable if women had delivered in health facilities. 27 lives, 6 months. This deserves far more national attention than it's getting. Full story on chale.news. Hefra has shut down 22 unlicensed health facilities in Ketu South alone, and the local health director says some patients died because these illegal operators deliberately delayed sending them to real hospitals. 22 in one municipality. Imagine the national number. World Cup. South Africa have made history, beating South Korea 1-0 to reach the knockout stage for the very first time. The Pelo Maseko with the second-half finish. They face Canada on Sunday. Ghana face Croatia on the 28th, and the whole continent is watching. Ghana's sports minister Kofi Adams has declared the Black Stars were robbed in that 0-0 draw with England, singling out decisions involving Jude Bellingham. 2 days before the Croatia decider. Whether you agree or not, the pressure is building. We end tonight with this. Clinton Edom Adarsu once sold sachet water in Ashaiman to fund his own education. He competed in the NSMQ for Catasco. He scored in the 99th percentile on the SAT. He is now going to Harvard on a full scholarship. He follows fellow Catasco alumna Francisca Lamini to the same institution. That school, that region, that young man, remember the name? That's your evening digest for June 26th. Every story we covered tonight and more is waiting for you at chale.news. I'm Nashika. Take care of yourselves.